What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Purple and Gold podcast. And today it is Mock Draft 3.0. So, this is being recorded after majority of the free agent moves have been made, and it is March 21st. So, we're going to get straight into it. Dylan's here.
What's up, everyone?
What's up? Okay.
What's up?
So, we're going to take turns doing picks. So, it looks like I'm going to be doing the odds today. Dylan will be doing the evens, and Dylan just announced that Oral Roberts beat Florida, so that's pretty crazy. Okay. Anyway, this first pick is basically like almost every number one overall pick every year. It has been solidified already. We can already announce that Trevor Lawrence will be the quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars, so that is who I am giving them here. He is the most pro-ready, most gifted quarterback, I guess some would say, in the class. So, there's not much that he really needs to do to prove otherwise at this point. So, yeah, Trevor Lawrence, quarterback for the Jaguars, number one overall pick. Dylan, you have the Jets pick. What do they do here?
I think they should also go quarterback, and I think that pick will be Zach Wilson. He moved up on a lot of people's draft boards above Justin Fields because I don't know why. I guess he just looks better than Justin Fields. So I think that's the pick for the Jets.
Okay, Zach Wilson going number 2 to the Jets. For number 3 right here, this is a spot where the Dolphins could potentially trade back, but there are going to be no trades here. Now, they just went out and got Will Fuller for a year, so looks like they're going to have that experiment going on. And they also have Devontae Parker there. They have Mike Gesicki. So I don't think they go with a wide receiver here, and it's always risky to take a skill position player like someone who plays wide receiver at number 3, because if you don't, those positions bust more often than other ones that are taken in the top 10. So we're going to play it safe here, and I think the Dolphins will too if they take their pick here at number 3. And I'm going to give them Penei Sewell, the offensive tackle from Oregon. He did not play this year, but I still believe that he is one of the top offensive line prospects in this draft.
And yeah, with number 4, the Falcons, they will probably take, or they hope they take a quarterback. If you guys don't know already, I'm a Falcons fan. I hope they take a quarterback, and that could either be Justin Fields or Trey Lance. But from what I've been seeing, they really like Trey Lance. They went to his pro day, the GM and the head coach a couple of days ago, and I think they like him. So I think I'm really fine with either one, Justin Fields or Trey Lance. But I think Trey Lance is going to be the pick here at number 4.
All right, so Trey Lance from North Dakota State. If Trey Lance's career ends up being similar to Carson Wentz's, how will you feel if he gets taken by the Falcons?
Then I will be mad.
Well, I think if we give Trey Lance a year or two to sit, just like what's going on with Jordan Love right now, I think that'll give him the best chance to succeed in this league. Okay, number 5. We had a discussion on this earlier because Riley Reif was signed by the Bengals to play right tackle, and you obviously have Jonah Williams, who you drafted at left tackle a couple of years ago. There's no reason why either of those guys shouldn't be starting, and this is a spot where I would typically put Rashawn Slater in, but I don't think you sign Riley Reif if you're not going to play him, and I don't think you draft Jonah Williams if you're not going to play him as well. Now, we could easily make the argument that you could kick either of those guys into guard. I don't see that happening here, and I don't think that they're going to reach for Elijah Vera Tucker at number 5. So I'm going to reunite Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow to replace AJ Green. So Jamar Chase will be my pick at number 5 for the Bengals.
Yeah, kick on the Eagles, man. The Eagles are a really, really tough team right now. I don't really know what they're trying to do. Honestly, they fired the coach, traded away Carson Wentz. They're just like Braden said. They're the Texans of the NFC. But I think if Justin Fields is here, at this point in the draft, I feel like they should take Justin Fields because I think a lot of people don't have trust in Jalen Hurts. I think maybe you should give him a chance, but I think if Justin Fields is sitting right here at this point in the draft, that they will take Justin Fields to this pick.
Mhm. And an argument that you were making for me earlier for the people who believe they should be taking a wide receiver,
But
you said that, if you draft Justin Fields, you're going to get the same production out of him in comparison to Jalen Hurts because they don't have any
there's no
weapons.
weapon.
But yeah, but the quarterback position is the most important, and if you think you have your guy here, there's no reason why you shouldn't be picking him here at number 6. So, Justin Fields sent over to Philadelphia with the number 6 pick. Now, we look at another team who could potentially use a quarterback. I don't think Mac Jones goes here at 7. I think for now, the Detroit Lions are content with having Jared Goff as their quarterback since they moved on from Matthew Stafford, and it's important that they get him weapons after the departure of Kenny Galladay and the touchdown machine himself, Marvin Jones Jr. So to pair up with TJ Hawkinson, I'm going to give him Jalen Waddle, who I think is the second best receiver coming out of this draft. A lot of injury concerns with Waddle, but I think his ceiling is much higher than Devontae Smith, who a lot of people are saying is undersized, and I completely agree. So Jalen Waddle will be my pick here for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I agree with that pick too. And then the Panthers, they really need a QB. I feel like they could be one of the teams that trade up in the draft with Dolphins, Falcons, to try to get their QB because I don't think they have trust in Teddy Bridgewater. That's why there's a lot of rumors that they can get Deshaun Watson if he gets through all the stuff he's in right now. But with this pick, I feel like at this pick right now, since I don't think they're ready for Mac Jones. I think the best pick for them right here would be a tackle or a corner, and I think they should take Rashawn Slater with this pick because I mean, who's on their line? I know they franchised. What's his name? Who did
Uh,
they franchise?
it wasn't
Taylor
Trey.
Taylor
Oh,
Taylor
Taylor Moton.
Moton. Yeah,
Yeah,
and yeah, so their line is just not really the best, I would say. So I think Rashawn Slater here would be a great pick for them.
yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if Rashawn Slater goes to the Panthers at 8, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets taken earlier as well. So
Oh yeah,
I think
definitely.
this is a really solid pick here for the Carolina Panthers, and this is a team that went all defense last year. So who knows? They might go all offense this year. Okay, now we are moving on to the Denver Broncos, who have been up in the public news lately because of their signing of Kyle Fuller, who was released from the Bears. So, this is another team where cornerback would be taken potentially, but I think now that you have Fuller there, I think that becomes less of a need than it was before. I don't know though. I mean, you look at the offensive lineman. I would have given him Slater if they were still here, but I don't think you take one now. And even though, like I said, corner is still not as much of a need, I think this is still a position that they can upgrade with what's on the board right now. We're looking at it. Kyle Pitts. I don't think they take him because they already have Noah Fant. Sertan, Farley look like great options. Devontae Smith, they're not really in need of a wide receiver since they drafted Jerry Jeudy. They have Cortland Sutton, KJ Hamler, the list goes on. And Dylan and I are not really much of Micah Parson fans at this very moment. So I think right now the pick will be Patrick Sertan. And whether he plays in the slot or on the outside, which he should be playing on the outside, I think he'll be a huge upgrade for this defense. And even though that is the strong point of their team, why not make it stronger with Sertan?
Yeah, you're gonna want Drew Lock to have the ball because their defense needs to be good. Drew Lock is just not good.
He's not. No.
that's just how simple to say it. He's good at dancing on the bench, but that's about it. So the Cowboys, they just picked up what's his name, Keanu Neal on a $5 million 1 year $1 year $5 million deal, with which I think was a really good pickup for them. I'm really sad that we let him go. Don't know why we did, but I think cornerback is definitely a position that the Cowboys need. I think they have Trevon Diggs, and that's it. So I think Caleb Farley would be the pick here for them. If Surtain drops to them, then that would probably be the better one. But since he's off the board right now, I think it's pretty obvious. Caleb Farley goes to the Cowboys at 10.
Yep, agree there. They have no cornerbacks. Trevon Diggs was all right. But
Yeah.
again, it's really hard to play cornerback at any level, really. So Caleb Farley will definitely help that secondary. Also, did you hear that Keanu Neal was going to play weak side linebacker?
Oh yeah. I actually think that could be pretty good because he was a popper. He was like known to be like a decent safety because of his hitting, not really
Right.
his coverage. So I could kind of agree with what they're doing. I mean, we definitely won't know until he plays that position, but
Right.
I can see why they're doing that because his coverage wasn't the best part of his play style. So yeah.
If Keanu Neal does succeed at this little experiment that's going on in Dallas, I think we could see other bigger top safeties start to come in and play linebacker
Yeah.
as well, like guys like Jonathan Abram and Jamal Adams, which many people would say they are underperforming at their position right now because
Yeah.
of their lack of versatility. Okay, so now the Giants. So now in previous mock drafts, we were giving them wide receivers because they need weapons. Weapons no longer needed for the Giants because now Daniel Jones has been surrounded by a ton of weapons, which include Kenny Galladay, Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, Evan Engram, Kyle Rudolph, and Saquon Barkley. That is insane. Their offensive line has steadily been improving year after year. So I think the offense is set. I think we have to give them a defender now. And oh, look at that. Aziz Ojolari, which, oh, God. I don't know if he's the best edge rusher. I It's tough. This is not a very strong edge rusher class,
Yeah,
and
this definitely isn't.
I don't see them taking one at 11. So this could potentially be another team that trades back if they are in a similar scenario to the one that we've created here. Um, I would give them Kyle Pitts, but they have two solid starting caliber tight ends at the position already, and you don't want to create a problem where you're not getting everyone the ball enough. So I'm not going to give it to them there. I'm going to take Micah Parsons here because Micah Parsons does have the ability to rush the passer, and even though it's not from the edge position, I think if you can create pressure from anywhere, pressure is pressure. So I'm going to give them Micah Parsons here at number 11 to help boost up that defense.
Yeah, I totally agree with that pick. Okay, so the 49ers. Wait, also, I was going to say something. I was really surprised that tight end was the second most need on for the Giants. I don't know why it said that. Like, they have
I
Evan Ingram
I
and Paul
mean,
Rudolph, which I think is
okay, I mean they're probably
pretty.
not that high on Evan Engram for obvious reasons.
Oh, yeah.
And Kyle Rudolph was not used to his potential by the Vikings last year, so that definitely
I just,
hurt
I, I
his
just,
stock.
I just feel like there's bigger needs for that team than tight ends right now. But, yeah. So, I think I'm going to give Kyle Pitts to the 49ers because their tight ends. Nah. George Kittle's really good. I mean, as it says right here, it says they need a QB. I don't know. I don't think I give Mac Jones to the 49ers. And then interior offensive line. I mean, this is a tackle heavy draft. Like, you look, the Elijah Vera Tucker could be a pretty good pick right here. Cornerback, JC Horn is a tough one.
Yeah, and they just signed back Trent Williams. You still have Mike McGlinchey on the other side, so
Yeah.
do you take a tackle here? I have no idea. The pick is yours, my friend.
Wait, who are the wide receivers? They got
They
Ayuk,
have Ayuk
Debo.
and Samuel. No, when you told me Kyle Pitts, I thought you were being serious because I mean, how dangerous would that be if you have two of those tight ends on the field along with Debo and Ayuk? That would be pretty
Well, yeah,
scary.
because I'm looking at this right now and like,
Whoops.
yeah, they obviously have bigger needs than a tight end, but I mean, all of these needs would just be a reach. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Why not? Why not? Why not just grab the best player available?
holy cow, two tight end sets, huh?
Oh, I don't know, man. I feel like I feel like someone like Joey's gonna be like, Dylan's an idiot.
Yeah, I think Joey's the number one fan on this channel. Shout out to
Wait,
Joey.
wait, 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 wait. Do you agree with this?
Oh, heck, I mean, if you think you're reaching, right? I mean, this is a spot where they trade back,
Okay, this
but
is obviously not a reach for Kyle Pitts. Like he's
no, it's
obviously
not a reach. But
yeah.
what I'm saying is like for the needs, it'll be reach if you take them, right? But let's just
Unless they go crazy and grab Mac Jones, which I don't think they will. But I mean, you never know. You know what I
no,
mean?
it is a
Like
possibility, yeah.
'cause
But
they obviously don't like Jimmy G. So
okay, let's just say you're the 49ers, okay? You're John Lynch, and you're in a situation where you're trying to move back in the draft and no one's letting you, okay? Time's running out. Who are you taking right now?
I'm shaking up the league, bro, and I'm grabbing Mac Jones from Alabama, baby. No,
Let's
I'm serious,
go.
dude. Because it doesn't look like they're getting any I mean, obviously anything can happen, but it doesn't look like they're get like linked with any quarterbacks right now with trades.
Yeah,
And also this the 49ers could also be a team that moves up in the draft to maybe like the Dolphins or the Falcons pick, grabs a quarterback, you know. So
yeah.
but obviously we don't have trades in this one, and they obviously they don't need a quarterback, but they definitely want one because they don't like Jimmy G. So I think this is a great pick right here for them.
Yeah,
Oh
I think so too.
yeah, they have more needs, but I think with this is probably the best pick that's not a reach. If they want to go grab like a corner, like I think J.C. Horn, I think that's a reach right here. Um, and then here also like Elijah Vera Tucker, I feel like that would be a reach. So I think Mac Jones is a good pick right there.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, the thing about drafting for need is that eventually at some point every position will be a need for you, whether it's in
Yeah,
the near future or whether it's in the far future. So if you can pick up a guy who is just a straight up baller, then
yeah.
why not pick him up if you think everyone else is not qualified enough for your position in the draft right now. So yeah, I like Mac Jones staying in red with the 49ers, and it's going to be a system, I guess, where he doesn't have to do as much thinking as a lot of the other quarterbacks, where he just hands it off and does the work from there. Okay,
Yeah.
now the Chargers. Oh man, I mean, can you pass up on Kyle Pitts here because they don't have Hunter Henry anymore?
Yeah.
But
They have Jared Cook, but
oh man, like this is a lot. This is huge value if you're gonna get Kyle Pitts here at number 13. I mean, they also definitely need an offensive lineman, and they do have the money to sign an offensive lineman, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
yeah, they picked up what's his name, Corey Linsley. So
Oh,
and
right,
I
right.
know they do have decent amount of money to go get someone if they wanted.
I want you to help me out on this pick. I say
I
they
I'm
take
not gonna
Kyle
lie.
Pitts.
Yeah, I feel like Kyle Pitts is great here because Jared Cook, I mean, he's decent, but they signed him because he's just like to fill the position for a year. I think Kyle Pitts can be a great pick. Like imagine Herbert and Kyle Pitts for the future. That's pretty scary.
That is scary. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna give him Kyle Pitts, and I mean, a lot of people wouldn't consider Mike Williams wide receiver two there. So this is wide receiver two, tight end one here for the Chargers. And even if the Chargers don't take an offensive lineman here, they could possibly take one in the second round, or like I said, they still have money to sign one in free agency. So,
yeah, yeah.
but Kyle Pitts, I think this is a lot of value. Obviously, they had him ranked at number 7. You get him at 13. That is almost like a Derwin James type of deal. Just hopefully he doesn't have to deal with as many injuries as Derwin has in his very short career thus far. Okay, so
Oh, also, wait. I want to say two things. One, you can make this pick because this is your team, and
okay.
also, Micah also who's talking. I don't know if you were there, but he was telling me that if Derwin gets hurt again, that he just think it's better if they just don't sign him back.
Oh
Because
yeah.
he's just so injury prone. Like, do you think that's smart?
No, I think that is smart because there's no sense you pay a guy to stay in the trainer's room, you know? I mean, they're probably gonna just
Yeah.
puncture his lung, so you know. But so
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. You,
the Vikings here, there are a lot of holes, and there isn't a lot of money to fill those holes. So if I'm the Vikings in real life, I could potentially see them trading back within this draft if they don't have the specific guys that they want, because they don't have a second round pick, and I think they could definitely use one. But like I said, we're not trading here, and we do need an edge rusher. I don't think Aziz Ojolari or any of these guys are the solution here at 14.
oh, but who do you think?
Yeah, no, not Kwity Paye either. I'm gonna give them an offensive lineman here. I think a lot of people would maybe consider Trevon Moehrig from TCU as another pick here, but I don't really see that happening. I think it's an offensive lineman, and from what the Vikings have done so far, it looks like they're going to keep Ezra Cleveland in at guard. So then you have O'Neal, Cleveland, Bradbury, and then that whole left side of the line is a big question mark right now. So I say the Vikings are going to take Christian Darrisaw if he's here at number 14, because that offensive line has needed help for the past couple of years. And if the Vikings don't take an offensive lineman here, hell will break loose.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna take Vera Tucker.
I was considering it, but I think they're going to keep Ezra Cleveland at guard because I want him to play tackle. So I'm giving
Oh, I see. So I think the Patriots will take Jamie Newman. No. Oh, yeah, one thing I was going to say is, wow, man, the Patriots, Bill Belichick probably got a little salty that Tom Brady left him and won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
So I think he spent them. I think Bill Belichick has spent more money this year than his whole entire career. No, I'm just joking. But he spent a lot of money this offseason, which caught a lot of people by surprise. And they got so much in. I I guess it's to help Cam. Um, I mean, they signed him back, so that's what I would guess.
Yeah, not
But
liking that signing too much.
yeah, so as you can see, I mean, honestly, if they can get Devontae Smith with this pick, that would be great. I don't think they need a wide receiver. I think Nelson Aguilar was a great pickup, and I don't know why, but they picked probably the two best tight ends on the market.
Yeah.
I don't know why they picked both. I guess Bill Belichick. It's Bill Belichick. He's probably got something up his sleeve, you know.
But no, but he doesn't wear
But
sleeves, remember?
he cuts them off. Yeah, but I think they could either take Devontae Smith here, or they could take I'm not gonna lie, Jeremiah Owusu. How do you say that last part?
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah Owusu. I can't even see that. I can't even. The linebacker from Notre Dame, bro. I can't even say it. I feel like that could be a good pick because their linebackers are not good. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. The linebacker from Notre Dame, Jeremiah Wusu, can't even say it. Corm. Is that like Cormo or something? I don't
Yeah,
fucking know, bro.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the linebacker from Notre Dame. Yeah, he's got some speed. I gotta say, he's got that sideline to sideline type deal. I don't think he's anything close to what Devin White is, which is what they said for him too, sideline to sideline guy. But
Oh yeah,
but
no.
Koramoah is definitely a stud, and I think this would be a great pick for the Patriots here. I don't know if Dante Hightower is coming back. I'm gonna be honest, I'm really not sure about that. And I know
Oh yeah.
they brought back Kyle Van Noy, but that's not the same linebacker we're talking about here. So I like this pick. It's a reach according to TDN, but I like the pick. I really do. Um, okay, now with the Cardinals here. This is an interesting one. This is obviously a team that is built on the offensive side of the ball, and they continue to get more and more weapons, which I really don't understand. But I mean, that's their
Oh,
philosophy.
you calling AJ Green a weapon, bro?
Well, do you remember that draft where they went out and they already had Christian Kirk and
Yeah,
And
Christian Kirk is underrated. He's a good weapon. Obviously, DeAndre Hopkins is like one
DeAndre
of the better
Hopkins.
wide
But then
receivers in the league.
you also have
So,
Andy Isabella who's still there, right? And then
yeah,
yeah, they signed AJ Green, and
I
I don't think they're bringing back Larry Fitzgerald, but it just
I
seems like
think
every
I
year they're
think
bringing in wide receivers.
I think. I mean, it's obviously your pick and stuff, but I think I don't know because like they're running back because what's his name? Kenyon Drake is obviously gone. So wait, did he left right? Kenyon
Yeah,
Drake.
I think Kenyon Drake is on the Raiders now.
Yeah. So, but I just don't like Najee Harris in this play style.
No, I
I
don't.
don't think they would. It's like I mean I feel like they need a running back, but I feel like Najee Harris would not be a good pick for this team. I don't like the way their play style. I just feel like this would not be a great running back pick, and I feel like Travis Etienne would also be a reach here.
Yeah,
So see what you do, bro.
yeah, no, I agree with every point that was just made right there. I mean, do they get another wide receiver? No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna.
Dude, if they got Devontae
Can
Smith,
you
that would
imagine?
actually be like, I mean, yeah, dude, that would be crazy, bro.
Forget that, man. This is the future of the NFL. We're gonna have four offensive linemen, one quarterback, and give me freaking six receivers out there, man. Let's go. All
Yeah,
right.
bro.
I'm gonna give them J.C. Horn. I would
Yeah.
consider giving them Elijah Vera Tucker here, but you lose Patrick Peterson, and even though he's not in his prime anymore, still a really good cornerback nonetheless. And I'm glad to have him on the Vikings now. But you got to replace a guy like that. I mean, you can't leave
Mm.
that spot vacant. And now you have Byron Murphy out there and Dre Kirkpatrick left. So I think you need to get a cornerback here. And I think J.C. Horn is a solid corner that they wouldn't mind having on their team, and they'll take him here at number 16.
Yeah, and, yeah, I like that pick a lot. And Joey, your team is in a lot of
Joey!
trouble, buddy. Your team is in a lot of trouble, buddy. So
He
first, I was
wouldn't
like,
agree with you, by the way.
yeah, no, yeah, I know, it's just Joey. So first, I was like, oh, there's no way the Raiders are definitely going to go defensive player, and then for some stupid reason they released like their whole offensive line or like just traded away their whole offensive line. I don't know, I don't know why. Um, so I mean, God, now you guys have a bunch of holes to fill. Like, I mean, and even wide receiver, like even Devontae Smith wouldn't be a bad pick here because they let go of Nelson Aguilar, who was probably their best receiver this season. You know, what's his name is obviously. I mean, I wouldn't say he's okay. Yeah, I would say he's a bust. Well, I wouldn't say he's a bust because they don't use him. I just don't think they're using him right. Henry Ruggs
Hmm.
and who's their other one? The white dude from Clemson. What's his name, bro?
Hunter Renfro?
Yeah, Hunter Renfro, bro. Like that's one of their better receivers. That just shows you how like just like how much this team needs. Like I don't know what to give him. Like I can give Devontae Smith, that would be a good pick. I could give him Tevin Jenkins, that would be a good pick. Like, I want to give him a linebacker, but I can't even see one. Like I feel like a linebacker here would be a reach. Like Nick Bolton.
Yeah, Nick Bolt. I'm more of a Zaven Collins guy, if I'm being completely honest.
Honestly, dude, I'm just gonna be classic Raiders, bro. I'm gonna give him Eric Stone. 4.25, bro.
4.25,
I'm just
yes,
gonna
sir.
I'm just gonna give him Eric. No. I feel like people won't agree with me, but I'm actually gonna give him. I'm gonna give him Tevin Jenkins. I just feel like I feel like they need linemen after they released like what was it, 4 of their 5 start. They left like the worst one. Like they left their worst lineman.
Well,
They could have cut.
that's the one that they drafted, so that's probably why they kept him. But
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, actually, but
oh,
then Elijah Vera Tucker is.
I gave him Tevin Jenkins.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm leaning towards. But even Elijah Vera Tucker here would be a
Yeah,
decent pick. But
any reasonable offensive lineman at this point.
any lineman at this point is a great pick. So yeah, Tevin Jenkins.
All right, now we're here at 18, and
Oh, dude. Oh
yeah,
no.
yeah. Let's start some controversy because Devonte Smith, Jalen
No.
Waddle, and who's the other one? Who's the other one? Someone else came out and said Mac Jones over Tua. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Miami doesn't give a shit, and they're gonna take Devonte Smith anyway because this is too much
Oh,
value to pass up on.
what about
And
Najee Harris, bro?
no. You can get a running back in a later round, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion.
Nah,
So,
what's his name on is on you can get ETN, but even what's his name, the running back from North
oh,
Carolina,
Williams,
Javonte
Williams,
Williams.
yeah,
Dude, I would love the Falcons to pick him up if we don't get a running back during
I
off
know.
season.
That's like your draft crush right now, I think.
I know, bro.
All right, so Devontae Smith, I'm gonna give him there at 18. I mean, we already talked, like, they have Devontae Parker, so if you can have all three of those guys have Devontae Smith probably playing the slot, right? Or,
Yeah.
yeah, something like that. But if you can have, Devontae, yeah, Devontae and Devontae. Holy cow.
And then
What? Wait a minute. Double
Devontae.
Devontae's on the Dolphins? Holy.
Yeah. Devontae.
Yeah, Devontae.
Oh yeah.
All
And
right,
then
the football team.
and you got Fuller taking his freaking what did he take that got him suspended, bro?
Oh, yeah, Will Fuller.
Ugh.
Yes,
So
that's what
he was doing so good this season too, man. That
he was, yeah.
sucks. So the Washington football team definitely not an edge. Their D line, wow, they have drafted well.
I think Deron
On
Payne is
their
my
D.
favorite
I
guy.
mean, even yeah, no, I mean, even just their defense in general. The safety that they got last year was a steal.
Cameron Curl.
Their D, and then you look at their D line, probably in the next like 3 or 4, like even maybe 2 or 3, definitely going to be the best D line in the league. I mean, even right now, it's probably one of the better D lines in the league, if not the
Agreed.
best.
Agreed.
So wow, just what a great job that the football team has done. Now, I think they went out and got Ryan. I think that was a great pickup, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I like that a lot. So definitely not a quarterback. Not a running back. They went out and got Gibby. As Joey likes to say, Gibby. I feel like a lineman here would be a good pick because like I want to give him a linebacker, but I feel like it would be a reach. So I think Elijah Vera Tucker would be a great pick here for them.
Yeah, Elijah Vera Tucker is a very interesting prospect, and I know you mentioned his name a couple of times for other teams, the Raiders and the Vikings.
Yeah.
What's interesting about Elijah Vera Tucker is he has that tackle and guard flexibility. So they have him ranked fairly low, in my opinion, at number 21 on the big board. And I think he's a
Mhm.
lot better than that. So, if Elijah Vera Tucker ends up on my team, I really don't mind. But if they can get him at 19 here, that's a huge steal, in my opinion, because of his versatility and just how solid and well rounded of a player he is. Okay, so another team. Oh, also, Andy Dalton. You want to give a hand for Andy Dalton? Oh, dude.
What a pickup, man! Honestly, what a pickup.
Let's go,
Let's
dude.
go.
Yeah,
What's his name is getting fired, but Ryan Pace getting fired, dude. Dude,
I hope
horrible
he
job you
doesn't.
did
I
there.
hope he doesn't.
Surprised he hasn't even gotten fired yet.
Me too. Me too. But I'm not going to talk too much crap about Andy Dalton because they did beat us with the Cowboys today. I mean, not today, but this season. But that's besides the point. The Bears are just doing the Bears things, and now all of their players are getting frustrated, and everyone's going to leave. The Bears. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I saw them twice this year, and they definitely need an offensive lineman. Now, do you go after Samuel Cosme or Jalen Mayfield? Like, these are guys that I haven't been the highest on this year. I think I'd rather take Liam Eichenberg or Dylan Randons, but I don't know if you take them here either. Alan,
Yeah. I think they have to go lineman here. Their line sucks, dude.
yeah, I mean, this is a position where they literally might have to reach for it. Oh man, I mean, you look at the other needs, right? Quarterback, obviously a glaring need. Tackle, wide receiver. This whole thing with the wide receiver. Okay, um, Allen Robinson wasn't gonna sign his franchise tag, and then he did. It was just
Yeah.
the strangest thing ever. I don't understand. Um, but yeah, they definitely do need an offensive lineman. So if you have Robinson back and you have Darnell Mooney, um, and then you
Wait.
also have Cole Kmet, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
so I mean, I think your weapons are good enough. I guess, and there's not much Andy Dalton will do if you get him another one. So yeah, I think you need to take an offensive lineman here, and in my opinion, uh, I think Dylan Randons is gonna go right here. I know he's the fourth rank that's left on the board, but there's a lot of hype surrounding him, along with Trey Lance in North Dakota right now. So I think he'll go number
Yeah,
20, to the Chicago Bears.
yeah, that's good. That's a good pick. Um, yeah, the Colts. They went out and got their quarterback, which I like. I like. A lot of people are probably gonna disagree with me, but I think Carson Wentz is gonna succeed and on the Colts because I feel like he just wasn't good on the Eagles because their O line, it wasn't horrible. This year it was because of injuries. EDP got hurt, bro. Actually, EDP probably should have went in, bro. EDP should have went in for the Eagles. That's how bad their O line was, bro. They probably would have won the Super Bowl if EDP was on their line.
Freaking EDP.
Yeah, and then obviously we all know the Eagles have no weapons. Like when it's just horrible. So Carson Wentz has got his line, so you get him weapons, and they obviously don't need running back. Marlon Mack signed back, which they got for dirt cheap, in my opinion, because Marlon Mack is underrated. Jonathan Taylor was a great pickup, so they need to go get a wide receiver because T.Y. Hilton's gone. So they got Michael Pittman. Who's that other guy from? What's his name, dude? Who's the other wide receiver, Braden?
Oh, they have Zach
Um,
Pascal.
it's Zach Pascal, yeah. So I feel like they need to go out and get a wide receiver here, and I like Rashad Bateman from Minnesota, so I think this is a great pick right now.
Very interesting. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, and I know he's from Minnesota and everything, but I'm not much of a Rashad Bateman fan. I'm gonna make that clear right now.
No, yeah. I remember because I gave him on one of our other mock drafts, and you didn't like that pick, but I'm just not a big fan of Terrace Marshall. So and at
Mhm,
this point, you're reaching for a wide receiver. I mean,
mhm.
Kadarius Tony,
No, yeah,
Elijah Moore. Okay,
I'm,
Elijah Moore, dude. His route running. I was watching some. His route running is really good, Elijah Moore. But I
yeah,
feel like that'd be a reach here. So
yeah,
yeah,
I'm more of a Kadarius Tony or Rondell Moore guy. And speaking of which, either one of those guys could potentially go here, but I'm gonna just look at what else is on the board right now. I originally gave the Titans an edge rusher, I believe, but now they signed Bud Dupree, so maybe not as much anymore. There's no cornerbacks available now. They did let go of Corey Davis, so it might be important, for as much as their offense is really balanced. I know that Derrick Henry gets a lot of the spotlight, but what they do in the passing game is almost just as efficient as what they do in the running game. So I think it's important for them to go out and get a wide receiver as well. Maybe. I mean, is there another tight end after Kyle Pitts? I mean, there's Pat Firemouth, but he's not gonna go till later. Um,
Pat Firemouth.
yeah, I probably butchered that name. Firemouth.
Firemouth. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
some
say Firemouth, bro.
Firemouth. Pat Firemouth, dude. Do we just take him because of it? No, I'm just kidding.
No, no,
Um,
no.
Ooh.
Well, they lost what's his name, the safety. So
Yeah, they did. I was thinking maybe Trevon Morig here. Nah, you
Evan,
know what?
yeah,
Nah, no, no, that's not fun. I'm gonna give him Kadarius Tony right now.
I like that pick. That's a good pick.
I'm gonna give him Kadarius Tony to replace what Corey Davis could not really be in Tennessee. Just not enough production out of him. So hopefully
He
he
looked
can
good
give
both
them the
this year. Like
production they need.
he had a
He
really good year this
he
year.
did, but 1 year is not sufficient enough to
No,
bring
yeah,
him
yeah.
back for another.
No, that's why I feel like if the Jets get their quarterback, I feel like that could end up being a really good pickup.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, so the Jets again. So we were assuming they got their quarterback and Zach Wilson. They got um. Who's their running back, dude? I feel like
Ty Johnson,
uh. Yeah, dude. Okay, this is easy. Najee Harris. Ty
let's go.
Johnson is just not a starting running back in this league. And if you have Najee Harris still sitting here at 23 and you grab him before the Steelers and piss them off, then that would be the greatest thing ever. So we're going to go Najee.
Let's go, dude. That is hype, dude. I mean, what a time to be a New York Jets fan because
I know, dude.
I mean, you don't end up being bad enough to get Trevor Lawrence, but I mean, I don't think anyone is going to be upset with getting Zach Wilson the way that everyone's talking
Yeah,
about him during this draft process. You get Robert Saleh, who is arguably the best defensive mind in the NFL right now,
yeah,
and you bring in a bunch of free agents. You know, Corey Davis is one of them. We talked about who just had a breakout year. So there's a lot to like right now if you're a New York Jets fan. They also brought in Carl Lawson, so that's a pretty underrated signing in my opinion.
but
Man, if you can bring in those two names to New York, Zach Wilson and Najee Harris, there is a lot
oh,
to
wait,
be
dude,
excited about.
they signed someone today that was pretty underrated. Sheldon Rankins.
Oh yeah, they
I mean,
did sign
yeah.
Sheldon Rankins. You're
In
right.
my opinion, that is as an underrated signing.
That was yeah.
And Quentin Williams obviously not living up to the number 2 pick, but he's still a really good D tackle. So wow, I mean, they got
Yes.
something brewing
Yes.
there, man.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, obviously this is a spot where the Steelers could definitely use a running back, but they won't get one, and I don't think they're gonna do ETN. That's just not the typical
Yeah,
Pittsburgh running back.
if Najee Harris falls to them, that's an obvious pick because he's just a great power back, and that's just the Steelers. They're just power backs, you know.
Yeah. When I
So
when
yeah,
I think
I
of
agree with that pick.
when I think of Pittsburgh Steeler running backs, I think of Jerome Bettis, and I don't think Travis
Yeah,
Etienne is even close to what they want to do with running the football. So you wait for another running back later. Maybe you pick up another one who's hanging around looking for some money on free agency. But their offensive line has depleted over time. Um, but they also need corners as well. This is interesting. I'm gonna look at how depthy these are. There actually there are quite a bit of corners. I'm looking here. I just find it funny how Sean Wade fell off horrendously this year. Um,
oh yeah, dude.
wow. Do I give
That's the corner from Ohio State, right?
that is yeah.
Yeah, dude. I remember. Yeah, he because dude, he did horrible in the playoff games. Man. Oof.
Yeah. But whew, this is interesting. You know what? I want to make this interesting, okay? If you're a team like this, okay, who doesn't desperately need the offensive line, if you pick an offensive lineman here, you're going to wait 24 picks. That sucks.
Yeah.
Eric Stokes. Let's go, baby. Eric Stokes from Georgia just ran a 4.25. Let's go. Pittsburgh takes Eric Stokes.
Yeah, I like that pick.
All right, so Jacksonville here with their second pick of the draft.
Um, you get your quarterback. You don't want it to be Joe Burrow. You protect him. Samuel Cosme from Texas. In my opinion, this is an obvious pick. You need to protect Trevor Lawrence. You know, and yeah, you could go weapons here, but Laviska Shenault, in my opinion, was a great pickup.
Yep.
They have DJ Chark, who is a good wide receiver. I think didn't they sign a wide receiver this year? I think they
They
signed a wide
signed
receiver.
Marvin Jones.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, who isn't? He's a touchdown machine. So they got weapons as of right now. You just got to make sure that you protect. I don't like the franchise tag they used on. I forget what lineman it was.
Cam Robinson.
Yeah. I don't like that. He's not that good. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, I think you need to go out and protect him. So Samuel Cosme here. You could also go with uh who else is here? Jalen Mayfield. So yeah, but Samuel Cosme from Texas.
All right, Samuel Cosme is the pick. Now, a lot of people also may be confused about what the deal is with Cam Robinson. Now, the Jaguars are not, you know, they're not guaranteed a tackle in this draft. And I think that's what they're concerned about and, keeping their quarterback upright. So I think Cam Robinson is a safety move right now. And I think if they do get this tackle, you could potentially see Cam Robinson get traded away. And I think a lot of teams would, give up at least a late round pick for Cam Robinson. Um, but he's still young, still a lot of potential. But I think if the Jaguars don't get a tackle, then, that's why they have Cam Robinson staying there in Jacksonville. Okay. Now, the Browns, God, I hate to admit this, but they're actually staying afloat.
No.
I mean, they're not falling off like a lot of people thought they would because that's how historically bad the franchise is. But this team has found its footing in the league now, and they just went out and signed John Johnson, which is one hell of a signing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the defensive side of the ball is obviously their weak point. Their offense is studs, just at every position that you look. Big names, superstars everywhere. But like it says, edge is a glaring need. I also believe linebacker is a glaring need as well. But I think it's important to get pressure on the quarterback. You do have Miles Garrett. You do have Sheldon Richardson. That's great. But you need more than that if you want to create pressure. And I don't think any of these secondary players are qualified for the Browns at this very moment that are on the board. So, oh, do I give him Aziz or do I give him Quiddy Pay? A lot of people are, just concerned about Quiddy Pay because he's getting a little overhyped in this draft. I know Jalen Phillips, the other edge rusher from Miami, to go along with Gregory Rousseau. I know he has a horrible, yeah, he has a horrible get off and release. So I could see him falling to the second round. You know what? I think it's funny that they brought Aziz all the way up to 15. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't really agree with him at 15. I feel like if they take him right here, it'd be a good pick because this is the 26th pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why he moved up so much. I guess I got to look into that, see why he moved up to 15. But I feel like any edge right quit. I'm not really high on Quiddy Pay, and yeah, we were so like he dropped so much. I remember like during the middle of the college season, he was like in the top 10, dude, and now look at him.
Yeah.
And so I feel like Aziz or Jalen Phillips would probably be a better pick here for edge, but any edge is just a need for them. So
Yeah, I'm gonna give him Aziz Ojulari just for the heck of it because the big board has him sitting at 15. So I mean, I guess that's good value if your board looks similar to the Draft Network. Um, but really, any edge guy you put here, I guess, would be beneficial. But you know, Aziz has that speed, so maybe that's what sets him apart from the rest of the edge rushers, but not the strongest class, like we mentioned before. Okay, so now we're here at the Ravens, who also need an edge rusher because they didn't bring back Yannick Ngakoue, who went to the Las Vegas Raiders. And then they also lost Matthew Judon, who went to the
yeah,
Patriots. So I think they desperately need an edge here.
Jalen Phillips is the pick right here, in my opinion.
Woo!
Also,
Jalen Phillips before Quiddy Pay.
yeah, I would take Jalen Phillips before Quiddy Pay, but also I would not be surprised if they went and grabbed like Terrace Marshall or something because man, Lamar hasn't really had weapons, and I feel like he gets too much hate in this league. Like, everyone got down in the season, but there was no way he was gonna repeat that MVP season. Yeah, that season was insane,
Yeah.
and I just think he's getting overhated because he doesn't have anyone to help him. I mean, his running backs are good. Um, the one they drafted last year. What's the different one from Ohio State? I'm brain farting a lot of names today, but that was a great pickup. It's just the wide receivers. They have Marquise Brown. If Marquise Brown is your number one wide receiver, that's really, really sad. But I feel like an edge is a more important need because they lost their top two edge rushers. So, yeah, Jalen Phillips, in my opinion.
All right, so back-to-back edge rushers taken here now. At 28, it says that the Saints also need an edge rusher. I disagree with that. Uh, just because you have Cam Jordan, who is still, I guess one of the top names at his position, and then, if you're gonna trade,
Overrated.
oh yeah, overrated in my opinion as well. But it's not like he can't start,
No, he's not. He's not.
right?
He's not bad. He's not bad.
And you're gonna trade up using 2 first-round picks for Marcus Davenport. I think you should let him play. So I'm not even going to address the edge position for the Saints. They do need cornerbacks. I do know that. They also do need linebackers. They did let go of Janoris Jenkins. They let go of Quan Alexander. They had to let go of a bunch of guys. Um,
Because they had to make room for Taysom Hill, baby.
I actually think Taysom Hill's contract made them money. As crazy as that sounds.
No, I mean, no, yeah, it helped them with money, but I can't believe he is making that much money. Like, he is not good.
I
Like,
don't think they're going to give it
at
to
a
him,
quarterback
though.
position, he's a good utility. He's just, for a quarterback, he is not good. Like, he's asking for all that much money. Don't give it to him because he won't get that much money in the market. So, but that's the Saints, and I'm happy because they're in our division. So,
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle right now. I kind of want to give him Christian Barmore from Alabama.
mm,
Um, but I think I'm gonna give him a linebacker. I think Zaven Collins is the type
yeah.
of linebacker that New Orleans likes to have, and that's why I'm gonna give it to him. I think he's just a fit for what they want to do, and I don't think Saints fans would be upset if Zaven Collins comes to the Saints at 28.
Oh, I like that pick. Green Bay Packers. Will they finally get their receiver?
Or heck,
Yeah.
heck, just draft another running back.
Nah, I'm gonna go out and get a quarterback because yeah, they don't they have the MVP, but they need another quarterback. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, because they totally didn't
No,
waste a pick last year on
no,
Jordan Love.
yeah. No, I mean, you could go Jalen Mayfield here, which would not be a bad pick. Um, or you can go Terrace Marshall. Like I feel like Terrace Marshall would be a better pick because they have one of the best wide receivers in the league, top three. Most people think he's the best because of the season he had last year, and he probably is. But they're when you have Alan Lazard and Marquez Valdez-Scantling, like those aren't good players. Aaron Rodgers makes them look good. You know what I mean? So I think they got to go Terrace Marshall here. They need to go get another weapon for Aaron.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with Terrace Marshall going here, but I do agree with them getting a wide receiver if they actually want to make their team better. But, and again, a lot of questionable moves made recently in the draft by the Green Bay Packers. So I don't know if they'll actually take a wide receiver here, but the logical, most no-brainer pick would definitely be a wide receiver. So Terrace Marshall is an upgrade nonetheless. Okay, Buffalo. This is a team that probably had the biggest improvement out of all of the teams in the NFL this year. I mean, I guess you can make the argument for Tampa, but I'm not really going to count them because, it's Tom
They
Brady.
were they were already good. All they needed was a quarterback.
Right, right, exactly. And I think Buffalo has built their team from the ground up. Not saying that Tampa didn't, but I think you know what I mean. Um, right here is an interesting one. Their defense is really solid, but there's not a lot of big name guys there. Well, what
And they
what
got
do you
Tre'Davious
do here?
White.
I don't really feel comfortable with giving them a corner in this position. I don't know. I actually, you know what? Greg Newsome actually looks like a pretty interesting pick right here.
Quiddy Pay would be an interesting one, honestly, because their edge rushers
Yeah,
aren't that good.
I think right now, I think their secondary is stronger than their
Oh
defensive
yeah,
line right now. Their front
yeah.
seven, I think, yeah, their secondary looks pretty good. I think if you don't have one, you should have the other. So I'm in on the fence right now.
Also, I wouldn't be surprised if they went and got ETN because
Yeah,
Devin Singletary is not good. He when you're trading him with Dalvin Cook in a fantasy trade in a fantasy league, Joe, then he's good. Okay, but not in real life. Not in real life.
if Nathan's watching this, he's probably gonna scream at you the next time he sees you.
That's funny.
Did you say you just
Oh
farted?
yeah. No, I said that's funny. That's funny.
I was like, what the frick? Okay, I'm gonna give him
You
Greg
know, you know, you
Newsome.
know. I would let you know if I farted, bro.
Yeah, I know. I would probably smell it from here too. Okay,
Oh,
I'm gonna give him Greg Newsome. I think he's a good, aggressive corner, and I think that would be a great pickup for the Buffalo Bills. I'm struggling to name their other cornerback.
mm, I know there's safety in Poyer, but
Yeah, Poyer and
and
Hyde.
Hyde. Don't they have Hyde? Yeah, well, that's a pretty good safety. That's a pretty good safeties right there. Yeah, their corner. They have Tre'Davious White, and then I'm not gonna. I don't even know either, dude. Hmm.
Well, Greg Newsome, welcome to Buffalo. Okay, now the Kansas City Chiefs, the AFC champions back-to-back years. What's the pick here?
I feel like they had to go out and get a lineman because
Yep.
that Mahomes contract's already getting to them, baby. They had to cut probably their two best linemen, Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz.
Right.
But it's also the Chiefs, so they went out and got the best freaking lineman on the market. I don't even know how they had money for that, but you got to give it to them. They went out and got Joe Thuney, which was a great pickup for them, a great pickup. But we saw what happened in this year's Super Bowl. When you're getting chased around, you can't win. They need to
Yep.
protect Patty Mahomes. So they got to go out and get another lineman, and I think that's Jalen Mayfield
All
from
right.
Michigan.
Yes, protect Mahomes because if you don't, then all of that money will go to waste. All right. And now the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know if they're gonna get Ndamukong Suh back. I really don't. And
What about Leonard Fournette?
Leonard, okay, yeah, but I know you're not gonna like the sound of this, but they have Ronald Jones, and even though we may not be
Oh no,
content
no,
with that, the Buccaneers are. So
no. Do you don't think they're gonna get back Leonard Fournette?
no, to be honest, I don't think so. I'm not even positive that they have the money for it.
Dude, in my opinion, they got who they needed. They got Shaq Barrett, they got
Yep.
Chris Godwin, and they
Yep.
and they got what's his name, Lavonte David. That's really all they needed. Like Gronk and all the other yeah, it's great to have them back, but they got the three most important people that they needed back, and they found a way to get it. So
Yep. Keep the core together. It's interesting to me that they have wide receiver as the second need. I mean, this team doesn't have a lot of needs. You
oh
could probably upgrade the secondary, but their front seven is, way more than good enough to make up for the weakness. But like I said, I don't think they're gonna get Ndamukong Suh back, and I think Christian Barmore would be a fantastic pick here to replace him. So then you have Vita Vea, you have Barmore, you have Barrett, and you have JPP. I think that looks great.
that's scary.
Yeah. Okay. Boom. Finalizing the draft. So I'm gonna just scroll all the way down very slowly so that we can take a look at what exactly happened here. Do you have the draft save on your computer? Were you
Yeah,
doing it with
yeah,
me? Okay.
yeah.
So who do you think had the best pick out of all 32?
I feel like the Dolphins getting Devontae Smith at 18 is a steal. Now, it's obviously wasn't the best player taken, but when you can get a wide receiver like that at the 18th pick is pretty incredible because I don't think he's going to drop that far. This is obviously our mock draft. Anything could happen. I think a bunch of trade. I think we're going to see a lot of trades this year. Like last year was a really. I think it was one trade in the first. No, there was like one or two trades in the first round. It wasn't that great. Um, so we're gonna see a lot of trades this year, but obviously we can't do trades because we gotta pay for it. I don't freaking know why, but yeah, or even Kyle Pitts at 13. Like if the Chargers can get him at 13, that's a great pick too. But yeah, one of those two.
Okay. For me, this might come as a shocker, but I think the Carolina Panthers. I think I think if the Panthers, can get Rashawn Slater at 8, I think that solidifies your tackle position for a very long time. And if you don't get him, right, there's a potential, move to get up in the draft, get your quarterback. So I think their pick is a solid one that they're at right now. There's a lot of flexibility. If you don't get Slater, you
Yeah,
might get Sewell. If you don't get either of those guys, you might get your quarterback. But I think Slater's a great pick because a lot of people are saying that he could potentially be, a top 5 pick, and if he slips out of that, then I think that would be really good. But like you
yeah,
said,
because you already know 6 and 7. Like they're going to be looking for weapons. Like I mean, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a surprise if they went out and got Slater, but I think they're going to look more towards weapons. So if Slater slips out of that top 5, man, the Panthers are looking pretty good.
Yeah, I think the first half of this draft, the first 16 picks, I think that is like the core of this draft really. And I think if you're outside of
Yeah.
that, I'm not saying that these players are going to be bad or they're just not going to be as good because more often than not the guys who go in the later end are the ones who end up being better. I mean,
Oh
that's
yeah,
how
yeah,
that's how
yeah.
that's how it is sometimes. But I think if you look at the top 16 picks of this draft, I mean, it looks pretty solid and pretty promising. Just a lot of potential. But I don't know. What do you think of this draft in general? I think last year was really stacked. I think last year was really stacked. Um,
I think it's crazy because when I look at it now, last year's draft, I mean, there was obviously a bunch of studs, but I think it kind of underperformed.
oh
Like
yeah, oh
most of the
yeah,
lot, like when you looked at back last year, and you looked at the wide receiver, like you're like, oh my god, and you look at all these wide receivers, and no one would have thought that Justin Jefferson was going to be the best.
yeah,
Like I'm not trying to disrespect him. Like he was obviously the best wide receiver, but I mean, no one thought he was going to be the best. If it wasn't Judy, it was going to be Lamb. If it wasn't Lamb, it was going to be Ruggs. You know what I mean? It was between those three, and then the Vikings come up and I'm so surprised that you guys got him at that pick. First of all,
yeah. Me too.
because you guys are fucking idiots. But no, yeah, it's just you look last year and from at the point we were this year as we were last year, yeah, that class was stacked. But just like Braden said, I mean, the later picks usually. I mean, look at Tom Brady. He went the 6th round or something. I think like late
Yeah,
6th round.
pick one nine
And I
nine.
mean, but yeah, I agree with you. Like, you look at the first 6. I mean, maybe besides Najee Harris, you look at the first like 16 picks, and that this is like the heart of this draft, where like most people will be trading down, will be trading up for these players.
Yeah,
So yeah, I agree with that.
this is a very
And
interesting mock draft.
I'm sorry. No, yeah, this is. I think I know we gave up like the best pick, but I think the most valuable pick in this draft is probably that 3rd pick for the Dolphins because they can do anything with that pick. They can get their wide receiver they want. They can get their tackle. A bunch of people are probably gonna be trying to trade down for that pick.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Miami just completely messes up on both of their picks because
Oh no, yeah, dude. If
you.
Miami goes out and gets like Devontae Smith,
Mm,
in my opinion, I'm not gonna lie. You can look like the other matches. I was high on him, but if they get Devontae Smith at that pick, dude, that's dude. The only way that the Dolphins can mess up that pick is if they don't take Slater, Sewell, what's his name,
or Chase.
or Chase, or if they get like a huge haul to dude, if they don't get a huge haul for that 3rd pick, then I don't think they should trade back
Yeah,
because you got studs at that pick. You know what I mean? Like just guaranteed studs. So yeah.
I don't know though. I mean, I would be nervous if I was a Dolphins fan because what they've been doing this offseason so far has been questionable to say the least. And you look back at their draft class from last year, right? You have Tua, which I think many people would argue was the worst quarterback, not including Jordan Love, taken in the first round. I know a lot of people do not
Yeah.
like Tua, and they're already hopping off of that train. Then you have Austin Jackson, which I haven't heard a word from, and I think he's more of a developmental player. But again,
Yeah.
haven't heard a thing about him. And then after that, you have Noah Igbenogany, who was also burnt toast this year. And I mean, if you're looking at it after 1 year and you evaluate that first round class for the Miami Dolphins, I think you have 3 misses right there. So I'd be
Yeah, I
nervous
mean
if I was a.
this offseason, I don't like. I know they were trying to with that tackle from I think it's Isaiah Wilson when they
Mhm.
traded for
Oh
him.
my goodness, Isaiah Wilson, Jesus.
Dude, that dude's an idiot, bro. Dude, he literally screwed up his career. Like, bro, you see that he was like vaping on like Instagram and stuff and like and like doing some like crap stuff and then he didn't even show up to like his like physical like
It was
whatever.
it was
Dude,
kind of like a
imagine working your
rehab thing, right?
I know. Dude, imagine working your whole life to make it in the NFL and you finally get there and then you just I don't know what's going through his mind. You know what I mean? It's sad.
Yeah, it is sad. Well, I don't know. Well, I mean, I know that you would be happy with Trey Lance going at number 4. I'd be more than
Honestly,
happy.
really, any quarterback besides Mac Jones at 4 would be I would be happy with. I mean, dude, I mean, obviously, I really want a quarterback, but even if we went out and got like Slater or Sewell, like that wouldn't even be a horrible pick. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, dude, honestly, it's gonna be hard for the Falcons to screw up this 4th pick, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do because of the Falcons, but it's gonna be really, really hard to screw up this pick.
Yeah. And then, for my team, I'd be more than happy with Darisaw. I think if we take
Yeah.
Darisaw or Vera Tucker, I'm going to be screaming either way. Um, but yeah,
What do you think about trading up to get like
no,
um
absolutely
Slater?
not.
No,
Because
no.
there are more than enough tackles in this class, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
we don't have a second round pick.
yeah.
So that's,
Sorry. Where did that go? Yannick, right?
yeah, Ngakwe. And then we
Oh
got
yeah,
another third because we traded him away to the Ravens. So we have
yeah.
their third round pick now. So we have like 2/3, 3/4, blah blah blah. We lost our 7th round pick for being over the salary cap. They said that we violated the salary cap because of a practice squad player from 2019. Did you know about that?
No. I remember I was there. I was there with you. I showed you that.
Stupid, dude. Whatever,
I
dude.
know.
All right, well, that's gonna be mock draft 3.0. Yeah. Any words to close this out?
That's it. And I know Joey's gonna be watching this, so the Raiders suck.
All right. Thank you, Joey, for watching the video. All right. Yeah. See you guys later.
Yeah, bye guys.